What is going on, my fellow gamers, geeks, nerds, wrestling marks, and everything in between? This is another episode of Gaming Ringside with Bigfoot. Now, this is going to be my first gaming news video. I plan on week to week. I think I'm going to do a top 3 pick of what I feel were the biggest events in the gaming news community for the previous week, and I'll get right to number 3. March, DICE and EA released Battlefield Hardline to what was a surprise to many, very good reviews. Based on what I've read, the consensus seems to be that it was well balanced, and the way a lot of the gamers described it was that it was Battlefield 4, the way it was meant to be, but with a cops and robbers theme. Now, it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing when a developer releases a complete game at launch with absolutely no issues from what I know till date. That being said, should it to the industry be to the point where we have to celebrate the fact that a game came out complete when, during previous years before we got into these major console wars, all games that came out and were released were complete anyway? I think it's a sad state of affairs when we have to, say, yay, and be so happy because a game came out complete. The industry standard should be there anyway, and it should be that way no matter what. But that's neither here nor there. Moving on to my second pick for the biggest event that happened in this previous week's gaming news was that it was announced that we will finally get to see the first in-game footage of Star Wars Battlefront 3, and then it will be shown and announced officially at the Star Wars Celebration. I, for one, am stoked and cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I think I mentioned in my previous video that I was pretty much looking forward to 2 major titles this year, I confess, having forgotten completely about Battlefront 3, and I talked about The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. But Battlefield, listen to me, Battlefield. And the reason I say Battlefield is because Star Wars Battlefront 3 is actually being developed by EA and DICE, and from what I hear, the rumors so far is that imagine a Battlefield game with a Star Wars skin wrapped around it. Which, if that is the case, and if that's how the game ends up coming out, that will be wow. And I can tell you right now, there are many people that are counting the minutes and the seconds and the days waiting for that title to come out. When it comes to Battlefront 3 and the fact that EA and DICE are, handling this, and it's the same Switzerland studio that handled the development for the past Battlefield games, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and now Battlefield Hardline. Those guys are all about quality, and they care about the content that they create. So I predict that this Battlefront game will be amazing. And some of the things that I would love to see in that game is all-scale warfare, just like we see in the Battlefield game, amplified by 10. I mean, can you imagine a space battle taking place on Hoth, and you parachute down or death jump down like one of those hell jumpers from Halo as a snow trooper, and then land on the battlefield and get into an AT-AT and then go attack the rebel base? Okay, I promise. I'm done talking about that. But, I mean, come on. Who'd want to play a freaking Battlefield game with a Star Wars theme? It'd be amazing. And I gotta say that my number 1 pick for the biggest event in gaming news this past week was the fact that Nintendo announced that they were partnering with mobile company Dena to create mobile games for what I assume would be tablets, iOS, and Android, and things like that. This is very, very smart on Nintendo's part. Very, very smart. Nintendo is once again kind of, scrambling it all up and doing things that nobody expected. Sort of like what they did with the Wii when the Wii was first released. And I think that they're going to absolutely kill it. As always, my fellow geeks and nerds, remember to always mark out with your controllers out. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at Str8edge781GRWB.